This isn't really something that I've looked too much into, but I've seen the map, and it's scary, Josh. If you overlay, we have tons of caves here in the United States, particularly in certain locations. There's tons of cave systems. So if you pair the cave systems and you overlay the missing kids or just missing people,
oh my word,
it is to the T exactly where the cave system is. Now, are these? The argument is, well, they're getting lost in the caves. Well, Josh, what if they're not? What if that's how, and then it comes out to Epstein Island?
When you mentioned this to us the other day, I said, well, so what's your conspiracy this week? And you were kind of explaining a little bit about it. And Kelly was standing there, and you said, yeah, the maps match. And Kelly went, oh, wow. And my head immediately, I was like, Kelly's going to say, oh, they're getting lost in the caves. And I was like, yeah, they're getting lost in the caves. And I was like, I just thought, this is a great example of like the way different people just immediately react to information.
No, they go to Epstein's Island.
Like if your mind immediately goes to, it's an underground network. Or if your mind just goes to those poor people trapped
lost
in the caves.
And
I'm not saying one is good and one is bad.
No.
I just think it's funny.
What happened was
different ways of processing information.
It took me a minute to realize, oh, I got to explain this. And then
that's why it was funny because I was in the middle. I was like, you know what?
And then Josh came up and he was like, no, what he's saying is...
Let me help you out here. Let me be the mediator.
It was
here.
pretty funny.
That was a good moment. That was very funny. You know, Jordan, I saw an article on New York Post, actually, that this was a little earlier in the year, nearly 30 children have gone missing in Cleveland in the first 2 weeks of May. So I went to go see if maybe there was a cave system under Cleveland. I couldn't find anything.
No, there's not there.
So I have no information.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you something else about Cleveland. It's not actually Cleveland, but it's close by Columbus.
Yeah.
I think it's in Columbus.
Okay.
There, Josh, the cops, they went there, and in 2 days, 48 hours, I think it was 48 hours, they had caught, from one house, 100 guys trying to meet a teenage girl.
Oh my word.
And they had them.
What?
They had them lined up to be like, hey, come here at this time.
Oh,
come
okay. They catfished all these dudes?
Yeah, and
Okay.
then there's a girl, I think, just standing on a porch.
Okay, so they had an actress or something
standing there,
and they just brought in 100 guys,
and then 100 guys just every
hit?
so often would come in 48 hours or something like that. I'm probably getting the story a lot wrong, but that was the gist of it. And they got 100 guys from that. But think about it. That's one house.
Imagine what you could do with a cave.
Imagine what you could do with a cave.
Now, are these like the national park caves? Or,
yes.
Really? So I don't know. So you
where the guano is, they've got a city under the guano, and they're like, so it's hidden in plain sight. They're like, and this is where the bats poop. And you're like, oh my gosh.
What is the guano? I feel dumb.
That's where the bats poop and they land, and it's like this huge thing.
Is this a specific place, or is that what they call the bat bathroom? Like in any cave, it's called a guano.
Yes, in any cave, it's called the guano. That's one fact I remember from our vacations.
So now that I know that, say what you said again.
Well, the joke was I was saying it's hidden in plain sight. The city underground is hidden in plain sight because the guano is literally as tall as a house.
Oh.
And they're like, over here, guys, is the guano. But underneath is this whole structure, and this is where the kids are.
Okay.
So it's disturbing, Josh. But it's just people getting lost in caves.
This was either our best or worst conspiracy theory segment. I'm leaning towards best. But I don't know.
It's
comment below.
Comment below. You only see what they want you to see.
All right.